Hey guys, it's Potato Master, and welcome back to Shapes 2, where today we have the pin milestone thing to do. Oh boy, second to last one. We also have, if I look in the normal tasks here, we have all of the train tasks done. I got all four of them, all good. And we have color mixing to do today. Oh boy, I think it stops here at Order of Triad, right? Yep. Yep, it does. So we got 2 milestone goals to go down the tree for, and 5 pin tasks. Also, you can see I have the 4 tasks right here, and I'm just going to kind of show you kind of the end result of it. So for Robot, it eventually ended up looking like, where's the end product? There we go. This here. Simply just got that guy being stacked on top of some of these. These guys are just kind of coming from over here, getting the spikes and circles that they need, painting them the right color. Over here we got some nice green emeralds that we were able to stack on top of everything. Very convenient that they were here. And we, of course, got some blue, some red, and I think over here we're getting circles. Yep. Over here for our pyramid. This thing actually went through a complete redesign just because it used to be, these corner pieces used to be squares and they turned to slopes, so I just kind of went with it. But otherwise, it probably would have been better if I took this one over here because the colors are a bit closer, but oh well. I was also taking the squares from that thing, so yeah, being over here would have been a lot better, but we put it where we put it. I'm gonna go over Parasite next, because Glider was my least favorite to do. So Parasite over here at the end, really only these diagonal circles were done over here at our main place where I had the waypoint. Everything else was right over here and up over here. You can kind of tell that we went through a couple of phases here because everything's all just randomly mushed together. We used to just be up here, and then I had to add a bunch of stuff, and you can still see my main line though. You can just kind of tell that this is where the main line used to be. This is where it ended up. And then for the glider, the one that ended up splitting into two different ways. And it looks like it also doesn't currently have anything coming down here. I think that's just because, yep, we ran out of boxes somewhere. Wait, where did it run out of? Oh yeah, I guess it did run out of these, but yet it's also halfway through. You know what? This place, I don't think was getting simulated correctly, because at some points, it was creating 4 different shapes, and then all I did was delete these 4 belts, put them back down, and then it was correct again? I don't know, there was something weird going on with this simulation over here, and how I did it. This was definitely my least favorite one to do. I don't even know what half of this does anymore just looking at it. But my main goal for this episode with how I'm going to deal with tasks and milestones, of course milestones, I'm going to work my way through it. I'm going to show you guys my process for that. And then for pin tasks, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to build what I need to build and then be like, hey, this is what I made for this stage. And we'll just go through each stage of each of these pin tasks. So first things first, let's clean up here a bit. All right, and we should be also getting 2 operator levels again. This one here should be our operator 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, I think I've labeled these wrong. Oh no, that says milestone 6, and these other ones say operator. Okay, I'm just inconsistent. At least I'm not wrong. So yeah, we have operator 6 and 7. So let's start with this top guy here. What do we need? Not even any pins. We just need some white, some yellow, and some magenta. Oh boy. As well as circle square. Let's look a little bit ahead as well. Once again, circle square. Oh, how am I going to put pins all by themselves? We'll figure it out. And then this one is kind of the circle square again, but more square. Which... ooh, that's interesting. I mean, yeah, this should be fine. Let's see. So we have square, square, circle, circle, instead replacing the square with pins. I wonder if that's a hint to what we're supposed to do then. And then to over here where we kind of use, yeah, the squares and circles. So I think if we just find this shape here, or a rotation of this shape, we should be able to build off of that. I mean, we could split that in half, and that also gives us some extra squares to work with. And then red, green, and blue are all right over here and can easily be piped in. You know what? Yeah. I think we... Ooh, wait, hold on. How wide is this? 5 by kind of 5. Nah, that should be enough. So we just need to cut this in half. Oh, wait, that's right. The circle and square need to be different colors. Wait, was I smart and did I save the blueprint on this? I didn't. I didn't, and I deleted everything. I literally had a thing set up where I could split these up. Ah, well, I'll just build it again, and this time I probably still won't make it a blueprint. Alright, there we go. It's messy, but there's our splitter, and I'm actually saving that as a splitter because I need to stop building that over and over again. Oh my god, I saved it while it... I saved it while it didn't have any of the belts in it. So you need to be yellow, you need to be magenta, you need to be white. So let's just say we have a fluid unloader like here, here, and here. That can go there. That becomes a bridge. This would also become a bridge. That can then loop around. Okay, cool. So that does work there like that. And at the very end, we need a stacker with, yep, it staying on the bottom. And then you can space belt over and get stacked on top. And that would be our milestone done. Alright, now we just need to get the white, yellow, and magenta. There we go. Okay. Add trains. That's all we need to do now. Train with a normal wagon. And that should be the first part of that milestone all done. That wasn't that bad. How far am I into my recording? Half an hour? No time at all. Alright, for this guy, it's circles. It's just circles. We kind of benefit from opposites at first, but also if we just find a full circle. Just a full circle. Ah, here we go. Here's a full circle with the colors semi-nearby. And we even have a half circle in case we want it right over there. Alright, yeah, let's do this guy here. So we need 2 shape miners, and then we need our diagonals. This diagonal is my bottom left, top right, which will be magenta, and then you will be yellow, and then painting platforms. Alright, and then the one that becomes yellow, which I believe should be you, right? What? Oh, did it still have the second floor one selected in my blueprint? It did. Oh, come on, man. Oh, wait, hold on. I put down the exact same diagonal for both of them. Good job. Alright, so yeah, there's yellow. Yellow needs to go there, but then yellow also needs to be pin pushed just the once. Right? Just the once, just the once. And then we grab our little stacker friend. And it doesn't matter how they're stacked, so we'll just go with what it gave us. Alright, and then just have our standard kind of fluid loading setup with you going in there, you being a tunnel that comes out and around. So it needs to go magenta yellow. There we go. So then once again, that should theoretically be that one done. Let's check on this guy here. How are we doing? Oh, do we not have any of the paint in yet? Wait, no red. Oh, silly me. Now that one should start producing. God, sometimes. So now that these two are going along their merry way, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to complete the first stage for all these guys. And we'll be right back with those. I'll go over each of them. And then we'll probably be moving on to the next stage of our milestone here. So we'll be right back with that. And we're back. And with 4 pin tasks all completed. And the last one making its way in. Alright. And we also have our next stage for our milestone ready for us to start doing. But before I do that, let's just go over each one of these like I said I would. So this one is Nova, as it says, or I think it calls it Nova Sightseer. And it really was just getting bottom half of square, top half of circle, bottom half of circle, but painting the bottom half white. And then you just kind of stack them all together. So the bottom half of the square just came from right over here. And then the circle I took from the main circle. And we got white going into this setup here to get those 2 circles that we need, with the paint coming in through here and being mixed together. That one, not too bad. Not too bad in the slightest. Alright, let's move on to Grand Doomed. This one is the one that caused me the most trouble, not because it's very complex, it's actually incredibly simple. It's because, first of all, if you look forward in this task, all the spikes are white. So I accidentally went down over here and was painting them white. So I had to fix that. And then over here with this train, I had the line going not into there, but into the fluid one for operator 7. So then it wasn't going anywhere with that, and it took a little bit for me to figure out why it wasn't working. But otherwise, it's just red diamond meets normal spike. And for the next one, we just gotta dye those white, which I guess I already have set up, and find a normal circle to put on top of it. Also, I guess the next stage for this one, dye the bottom half yellow, find another half circle to paint blue, put it on top. Alright, now we have the suspicious melding ritual. So over here, for the blue spikes on the very bottom, I just found blue spikes. So, you know, that's cool. And then for the other bits, let's see. Yeah, the bottom square, just getting from over here. Bottom square then just goes onto the top square. It gets dyed blue to make that shape. And then gets the other half circle, which is white, put on top of it. The blue and white are just coming from down over here. Or it picks up green. Then it picks up 2 blues. Then red. And then it just pipes the blue straight over to the other train. So yeah, and then that's that one. Alright, so let's complete that. And it looks like we gotta change all the blue to yellow. Wow, that really does change from blue to a mixture of green and red, huh? Oh, I'm gonna have to change these spikes. Well, it's a good thing there's some yellow right over here. Prime for the taking. This one was definitely the easiest one to do by far, because it's literally just find the shape. One of them's gray, other one's white. And I just got the white from right over here, just whoop. So yeah, that took me like 5 minutes because I'm slow. And for the next one, oh yeah, it's just 2 differently colored half circles stacked on top of each other and then combines together. And then you just... So that's also not bad. Now for Order of the Triad, the one that's still completing. So for this one, I did find some red circles over here that I'm taking advantage of. And then for the other circles, I just kind of processed the full circle, got the corners I needed, and then dyed them. Also, pay no attention to the most useless train line right here. It's fine. And then we also are getting blue from here, and then red is just on its own because we're getting the red circles from over here. And when we upgrade it to the next tier, again, it's just another white, and then it's some color mixing. So mix with blue, mix with red, mix with green. However, for the magenta, there's a couple of magenta circles over here that I can use to stack on top of this. So who's really winning here? Because it's not me. But anyway, now that we got all of that out of the way, let's move on to our milestone. Let's see. Okay, so we got to go to this one first. Operator 6. What's going on here? That's right. That's right. It's make the same shape again, but turn the white square into a pin. How do we get the pin by itself? Now, wait a minute. How do we do this? Because as far as I know, once you stack a shape on top of another shape, that's kind of just locked in. There's not much you can do to change that. So how would I pin something and then get something off the pin without, of course, reaching the stack limit? But then you're left with a stack of pins that you can't unstack. Like, I can't just put, like, 3 temp layers below this either to rise it up so it gets rid of what's ever on top of the pins. Because then you can't get rid of those bottom layers. So, how? I mean, I know how I could do it with crystal, because crystals break, but obviously, we don't have access to crystals quite yet. You know what, maybe we put a pin in that and move on to our operator 7. What's going on over here? Interesting. What needs to happen here? You need pins under you. The purple needs pins. But then you need to be first stacked on top of the white and yellow opposite circle. So then when you two get stacked together, you don't become just a full layer of pins and then the full layer of circle. Alright, well, first of all, we need yellow but again, and then white. So here's what we're going to do with this. Okay, so obviously we need to add these two, and then tunnel, tunnel. And then for the circle shape, let's see, which one's going to be white again? The first one's a white, yellow, white, yellow. Okay. So I can get a painting platform in there and there, and get away with having this as a tunnel, which I can then have a stacker right there and space belt over like that. Okay, cool, cool. Now we just need the circles to be the right way and everything. Alright, cool. Now let's focus on, yeah, getting the colors in. So you're white, you're yellow. Why doesn't the train stop ever, like, rotate to be the way it needs to be? Everything else kind of rotates the way it needs to be, but if I have the train stop like this, even if it's going on a track, it's just like, nope. I don't want to auto-rotate. Why? Why does it do that? Oh, looks like we got all the colors in, except for green, because it came out a little bit too late. Dang it! This is so sad. But yeah, green should be going on both of those second layers, so once it gets through, we should be good. And then I think we just need to finish putting these together then. So for this one, let's see, it needs to stay on the bottom, doesn't it? Yeah, because you go on top, and then it needs to stay on the bottom again, while this one gets kind of placed on top of it too. That should be the second stage of the second milestone done, or second milestone task, or what, the operator's 7, right? Yeah. So now we're back to the age-old question. How the hell am I supposed to do this? Also, I think I picked a bad place to put operator 6, because yeah, it would probably better if we can get diagonal squares, but we can't get the diagonal circles out. So we might look into moving this a bit. So I might move operator 6 to up here with these two guys, because I think, yeah, I can turn this into opposite. And actually, since everything needs to be painted anyway, I could probably just use this one too. So yeah, I think we're just going to start from the top here. And we'll just remember that operator 6 is actually a bit north of the thing. Okay, so these will be painted yellow. These guys will be made into opposite circles and be painted magenta then white. But how pin? I might have an idea. Oh, golly gee, do I have an idea. So for my idea here, we need to bring out our corner gon. Okay, so that will remove one of the corners. Yep. Alright, alright, alright. And then I think we should be good to kind of do... Why are you like that? Okay. I mean, I don't really need all 4 of these. I'm probably just going to do 1. So, we have you pin push. That's then all the pins there. Okay. So then, what if we now stack you there, and then you... Wait, no, not there. You're the one that needs to go on top. And then you on the bottom. And what do we get? Where's that pin at? It's on the bottom there. Now, of course, we can't cut it out just yet because then the spike gets held up. Oh, hold on, I gotta fix my camera. But what we can do is then kind of just... So you need to keep going on top. And then when we take this out... Yeah, that pin is all by itself. And then you go in here, this should show us a pin all by itself. Oh, it feels good to figure it out. All right, so we need the diagonal of pins. I got an idea right here. Okay, so to get the diagonal of pins, what I first need is, I think, the full shape. Okay, you need to be stacked and then pin pushed once. Okay, yeah, so you're a full circle with pins underneath of you. Now what we need is the opposite diagonals that we're using here, and we need a stack of 4 of those. And then we put you right on top of that stack of 4 of the top left, bottom right diagonal. And then the circle will be gone. The pins underneath the circle will fall all the way down. And then we can just put in a simple this half diagonal to take it out. I'm actually so smart, it hurts. No, that's incorrect. Alright, then this wants to go on top of that. So then we have you going in. That should leave us with exactly what I wanted. And then it's as simple as we need to keep that. I have won! That's the hardest thing in this game, right? That's the hardest part, right? Right, guys? Crystals aren't going to be harder than that, right? Oh, no. Okay, so we have those there. Now we need the circles, which, as we know, our half diagonal guy works wonders over here. Yeah, we'll do this here. Okay, so one of you needs to be magenta. Oh, it's taking the red part. Interesting. Wait, this is only producing half belts, isn't it? I never looked too closely at this, but yeah, because it's cutting in half. I'm angry. Alright, now the question is, how do you actually do it? Like that. That's how you do it. Sure, it no longer goes up to the 3rd floor, but hey, at least it works. Yeah, there we go. It's fixed. We're so back. Alright. Also ignore the fact that our other milestone is halfway done. Anyways, painting. Magenta and yellow. Well, there's yellow. There would be magenta. Is there a better blue? Really? Alright, fair enough, whatever. We also need yellow. Wait, no, hold on, oh, my eyes. They're not working. It's magenta and white for the circles, and then yellow for the square, which we can kind of just... Wow, that was so difficult. Wow! No way! I would have never expected that. Alright, how many things is blue needed for? Blue is needed for the white and magenta. Green is needed just for the yellow and white. Yeah, yellow and white, and then red is used for white and magenta. So we got 2 things that are used for magenta and the white. And then you are just used for... Wait, no, red's used for all 3, isn't it? Yellow, magenta, white, yeah, all 3. And there we go, there's that train. Okay, where do they need to go? Alright, first of all, the train kind of runs along here, and okay, so we can get away with this. Yeah, alright. So that means this one's white. This one's going to be magenta. So when we put down our stacker, it needs to be this way because magenta needs to, yeah, be on the bottom. Alright. Alright, and then for you over here, we're probably just going to, yeah, there you go. So now we just kind of got to connect all these trains together as well as, let's see here. Yeah, you, do you actually pick up the... Oh, you do pick it up. Nice. I think we're going to have you as the second one, actually. And then you're going to be the 3rd trailer on our main shape train. And then just because it's funny, we're going to put this somewhere down here. Hold on, let me figure out. Let me reverse engineer this real quick. So I'm just going to arbitrarily put that down. So first of all, it's the square and the pin that are going in. So yeah, they need to be... Yeah, pin needs to go on top of square. And then this is the circles, and they just do that. Okay, that actually wasn't as hard as I thought. Alright, grab that. Put it right there. That all should still work. Yep, that should. And we just go up here. We grab our little squares. And you go right in there. And now we should just need to hook up all the trains. That should be milestone, or operator 6 second stage all done. And It didn't even take us that long. But I'm just going to assume it works and get started my pin task. And if it doesn't work, well, you'll know very quickly. So yeah, let's hit H. And we'll be right back here with either problems with milestone 8 or the next stages of our pin task done. And we got all of the tasks done. So everything was right with the milestone 8 stuff. And now we have these tasks that we did. So let's go over them. For this one, I just had to make some yellow over here. Just brought over some yellow. Dye the circle square guy yellow, and I had to get a blue half circle, which luckily there was blue right next to this circle, so we're all good there. This one was, I already was kind of making the white, so I just rehooked it up to the spikes, and I found circle over here, and now circle go in. Next up, for melding, what did change between these two? Oh yeah, that's right, we turned from blue to yellow, so this is yellow now instead of blue. And I took from the yellow spikes here. So basically, instead of taking from the blue, we're taking from red and green here as well to make the yellow. Again, not too bad, just small changes. I think this one, though, for the next one, I'm pretty sure it wants us to do both of these at the exact same time, or at least, like, keep this one. Because the final shape, this is made of all the pieces that these two are made of. Anyway, next up for the Beyond. All we did was add the circle, which is being done over here. We got blue and magenta going in, which we're just getting from the red and blue over here. 2 blues. Blue goes across to be repicked up, and purple is being made. So, again, not that hard. And for the triad one, all I did was a bit of copy pasting this over to here. I moved the paint mixers up, or at least the white paint mixer up, so I can fit these guys in as well. And I just added 3 more here and added all the painters that I needed to, as well as taking the magenta circles from over here, just so we didn't have to do as much paint mixing, because we kind of ran out of circles with the way I had this. For the order of the triad, though, here's a fun little thing. All 3 of these shapes have no correlation to each other whatsoever. Why? I don't know. They also all are 15k, while the finals for everything else is 21k. Oh, except for that one, which is 24, because why not? So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to set up 3 different places. So basically, for the next setup, we're going to do 1, 1, these 2, this one, and then these 3. And then for the finale, we'll just have 1, 2, 3, and then 4 to do. So with that all out of the way, let's go and work on our milestones, starting with Operator 6. Oh yeah, I forgot I had a long train line here. Is this necessary? No. Is it funny? I find it funny. So what even needs to happen to you? Let's see. It looks like we need a lot more square. So yeah, for the squares, we need a full yellow. We then need magenta. We also need a full magenta circle, pin it, and then cut it in half. And then our other pins instead of diagonals, make them so they're just straight. And then we also need the white square. So I think we kind of go... Oh, man, I wish that I could just, like, go... stack these 3 squares on top of each other and then just have the magenta circle fall into place. But that doesn't work because the magenta circle will stick to itself while just the pins will fall down. So instead we gotta cut it in half, which shouldn't be too bad. So basically, yellow square, magenta half square, white half square, magenta circle, pin the circle, cut it in half as we ship it over to be stacked on top of these guys, and then turn the pins from a diagonal to a full. So first of all, we do need 2 magentas. Now I think that's actually the only difference, is that we need 2 magentas, with 1 being dropped off at the circle, and then all 3 of the other colors eventually come over to our square. So now we just need on the back end magenta, so that's blue. There we go, and that should be that train. So yeah, now we kind of need to reconfigure this, because this is going to change a bit. So first of all, I wanted to take the last one here. So I think what's going to happen is that I'm actually going to delete all the train tracks too, because I'm going to have to move around a lot of stuff. So now that we got a bit of a clean slate, let's figure this out. Alright. So first things first, you need to be rotated 180 degrees. Alright, so now that should give us, yep, a full circle, and then you get painted. It'll be painted magenta, and then you need to be pin pushed. Alright, and now that we're doing that, so that should be that one all kind of done here. Hold on, let's figure out our fluid loading, because yeah, I think I want you to be there, because that's yellow, magenta, white, and that's all going to be the square spot. So yeah, that should fit in. Okay, we should be good there. Now let's figure out what's going on with our squares. So in this case, to create a full square, we rotate any way that's not 180 degrees. As my voice dies in front of me. And then it's the same stacker painting platform. Okay, and now we need the half squares. Actually, I think... what happens if I put down half to diagonal? Ah! It creates exactly what I'm looking for. Alright. So white's first. White also has to go into one of these. Magenta also has to go into one of these. And then, yeah, okay, so yellow as the last one. Yeah, okay, so you will be white, you will be purple. White goes on top of the purple. And then on the very bottom should be the yellow square. And then I think I am actually going to just move this. Because, okay, yeah, so we should get this square. And then what happens is that we need these two to go on separately. So it becomes a scenario like this, doesn't it? Where, yeah, we want this guy to stay on the bottom, and then these are where the circles are going to come in from. How do I want to do this? Okay, I think that's how we're going to have that. Oh, and then I can take this again and have that be the pins. Oh, more operator level. And then, yeah, the pins I still need to change, but they'll want to go on top of everything as well. Oh, that needs to be a Control-C. And then you just kind of go down here, and then that should be our shape right there. Alright, so how do these want to hook up? Well, first of all, yeah, we don't actually want that there. You need to be split up. So that's them now split up. I should probably also actually connect these up. And then I think we need to stop there, right? Because these are going to be the last two. Okay. Now let's fix this guy. So while you're like that, what we need to do is put that down. And you are on the bottom, which is a bit of a problem, but we can fix that real quick, and I'll just fix it here. Alright, there we go. Now it's on the top, so then we can grab our shape loading, and you need to be first. That should be that one all done. Wow, that wasn't quite as much of a thinker as the previous. Also, let's claim a lore task. As I unlock this one, I'm also going to pin that, unlock, and unlock, and pin the other two. Oh boy, do I have a checklist to do while I'm waiting for... To be fair, it is 67.5k for those. Alright, let's move on to Operator 7. What needs to change here? Ooh, I feel like a decent amount. So it is just purple circle on the bottom. We do have a yellow circle with only the one pin under it. And then that can just have a temp thing on top of those pins there at the top. Because it's the final tier. Or, yeah, final thing. So do I want to paint 3 separate half circles white? Or do I'd probably just do 2 and 2 and then cut in half, don't I? Okay, well, first of all, we're getting 2 yellows. This, what color is this trying to be? You're trying to be white, aren't you? Yes. So this is white. So we just need to add another white, right? I think this is a full reset here. where all we need to do is add some white. And I might even change up how the painting goes too, depending on how this works out. Let's just start with, this is going to be the purple circle. All right, easy, purple circle. Then I want to have the 2 full circles as, oh, you know what? I'm going to do the thing where that I did with the last one. Purple, white, yellow, and then we need kind of 2 more. All right. So I think then with this, we're also going to move this over, and we might change up how some of this paint works. So let's just say right now, this first one right here, purple. This one, white. This one, yellow. This one, yellow again. And then this one, white. I think that's the order that's going to be best here. And we'll also have the pinned guy come up soon. All right. So this needs to be the full circle. You need to... Hold on. Let me just grab this real quick, because I feel like some splitting needs to happen between these two. Oh god, but without the paint, I can't see what I'm doing, so it's all theoretical. What have I done? If I go over here, are we seeing the results just yet? We are. Okay. So bottom comes out straight. Top goes out the side. Bottom is straight, top is side. So bottom, top. Just so I don't forget. So if this is the white one, the white bottom, yeah, needs to be there, and it needs to converge. Actually, let's focus on the yellow one first. Yellow, okay, so the bottom of the yellow needs to be pinned. So bottom yellow, you need a pin beneath you. And then the bottom of the yellow kind of, yeah, needs to, can it actually, it can restack with the other yellow one real quick. But that one also kind of wants to be stacked with the white top. So we almost want to, so yeah, the white goes right in there. And then the yellow with the pins goes on top of it. And then we need yellow with the white on top for the tops. So I think what I can do for that one, have you come out the side, tunnel under, and then this is white, so white needs to go, yeah, on the top, and then the yellow needs to go on the bottom. Okay, so here we should have our 2 sides of yellow, white, white, pin, yellow. So this should be white, pin, yellow on the bottom, and this should be yellow, white on the top here. And then it doesn't actually matter how it's stacked together here at all. Okay. Now let's focus on these guys. Let's actually... No, I am going to put 2 foundations here and do it after. Okay. So this should be the standalone yellow right there and the standalone white. Now they can't be stacked together is kind of the problem here. Ooh, yeah, them not being able to be stacked together is kind of a issue, huh? Maybe we actually want this, oh, not Control C, over here, and then for now ignore that. So you are the white, pin, yellow. So if we say that you, oh, I almost want this now all moved up 1 too, just so that I can put like the stacker here, or I just do the processing down here in you. We want you to be the white, so yeah, you're going to be the bottom one. And we're going to clear that out, make sure that it's all halves. Looks like it. Okay, cool. So then we don't need that platform, and we just need you right there. So then that creates our white, pin, yellow, white. And for our yellow half circle, okay, and since that's the yellow one, it wants to be stacked onto this guy. I think we place this... Ooh, where do I want to place this at? Because this here, because of how this is placed, needs to be a tunnel. So I guess the simplest thing is to just do that. Have that go over, okay. And now that should be the other side, but without the pin on top, which is fine for now. Then these two need to be merged together, and it doesn't matter in what order, but then they do need to be placed on top of the purple. And then on top of it all, we can have, let's see, which one of you is the top half circle? You are. And then when you get stacked on top, you'll reach the limit and it'll just be the pins left over. Okay, but now we have to think about paint. So we need magenta to be going into this one. So let's grab normal paint mixer. We want magenta going in there. And then, yeah, you're the top one. So you're supposed to be yellow. And then you're the bottom one, so you're white. Okay, so yeah, white goes here. And then is it yellow again, or is this going to be white as well? This one's getting pinned, so it's the yellow one. This one is the yellow. Okay, so this is our setup for this. So I think that does mean we got to change up some of these guys, which is fine. And that should be that operator done as soon as I get these final trains in. Yeah, there we go. Now we just gotta wait for all the fluid to get in, and that should be good. Now the question is, did I actually get this done too fast that couldn't complete anything, or is it broken? What's not being Why? How do I constantly do stuff like that? How did that even happen? Oh, well, I guess we're well-stocked now. Except on the, white well, I guess we're well-stocked on the white, so at least it will be a continuous and constant flow. That's annoying when stuff like that happens. Alright, well, do you at least have the preview for me? Does that look like our shape? I mean, it kind of does. I can't see the pins here, and I don't feel like moving my camera. So, alright, well, we're just going to assume that it's all good now. Actually, let me do one last pass over of Operator 7, make sure all of the belts are the correct belts. I'm going to call it good. Of course, if anything's for some reason wrong again, you're about to know, but otherwise, we're about to have all of these pin tasks here all done. And now every task over here is done. Except for, I guess, this one here, but, it's getting there. Alright, so let's go through all of these. I guess I should probably start with Nova, the very first one. So yeah, we started with the yellow shape on the bottom that managed to stay there, and we had a top blue, bottom white half circles. Now I just have the top half coming in, so the bottom half is still doing everything. So the top half made over here, we got white going into a bottom one because we needed the bottom white. Oh, looks like the milestone's getting done. Yeah, we needed the bottom white, we needed top purple. So basically, I think, yeah, this one just changed to purple. That's all that really happened. So instead of taking from this blue and going to there, the blue now goes into this one, which is a full circle, which then has more magenta top half circles going into it, and they all get stacked on top of each other. So yeah, pretty simple there. Next up, Doomsday. So for this one, we just need to paint the circle and put the slopes on it. So we have the slopes coming over, and then over at the circle, it's getting painted. I have the magenta painter right here, and we're grabbing blue and red, and it's painting the circle. Now for this next one, melding, I did make 2 of them. As you can see, we have this one here, which I believe, let's see, yeah, we got yellow coming in, we got white coming in doing its thing. We still have, oh yeah, I made this offsite. So where did you come from again? Yeah, over here. So basically I took this entire shape and kind of just cut it to pieces and stacked it on top of itself while dyeing it the colors it needed to be. And then this one just got turned. Oh, milestone completed. That's cool. These stayed exactly the same, those there. It really just, I had to turn the circle. I had to cut out a corner of this guy and then get this one. But now for this one, I had to completely remake that. Where the hell did I put it? I didn't put a bookmark on it. I would guess over here, though? Yeah, it's right over here. Okay. All I did for this one was I needed to get the squares from down over here, some circles from over here, and then the spikes are both right here. They all get stacked to each other, get painted their various things, and then while they're stacked together, they need to be split apart, correctly stacked together, because yeah, the white spike things needed to go with the square. I was originally going to have it so that, like, the spike and square got stacked on top of each other, and the spike and the circle got stacked on top of each other, and then you put them together. But then halfway through, I realized, oh wait, that's just gonna make this side fall all the way down, and that's not what we need. And we go to our beyond. So for the beyond, we just had to dye the one gray part red, and then get the yellow version of that shape. We have the yellow version of that shape coming in, and then for the red, yeah, that's right, I just grabbed some as it was going along here. And then this is also where it's making yellow to go up here and dye this. Also ignore how short the trip for that red is. It's fine. Whatever. Alright, and then next up is our 3 triads, which, yeah, because they had really no correlation with each other, I just made each of them individually. So for this one, I just found the slope circle shape, cut it in half, made the 2 of them to make the full shape, and then I just need to paint them red, white, and purple, which just comes from these 3 colors here. Pretty simple because it's just the same shape stacked 3 times on top of itself. And it's pretty much the exact same story for Triad 2. I just have to find the shape, bring the colors over. So we have yellow, green, white. They all get stacked on top of each other. And we get that one. And then the one that it's currently giving us is this one here. This one was a little bit, just a little bit more complex because we had to come up here and grab some spokes, dye them white. So we kind of made it a bit close to Doomsday, but took all the colors from there to get white. And then those spikes come down. They get stacked on top or on the bottom of the blue version of this shape, and then the cyan version gets stacked on the very top after the spikes also kind of get stacked on top of this guy. So the blue one gets sandwiched between the 2 spikes, cyan one goes on top, and we have that guy getting ready to be complete. But yeah, for this next one, I really just have to make 4 of them, and they each have 21k that they need, except for this very first one, which needs 24, which, okay, sure, whatever. But I guess I'll work on those. I'll see you guys right back here when I get done with those 4. And then we'll also complete our milestone. And just like that, we have all of the pin tasks from Milestone 7 complete, as well as Milestone 8. So I guess let's head over to each of these. I mean, for Nova, what I mainly did, it's all over here, is kind of what I did. I added just some more circle stuff. This circle's now basically, yeah, stacking it. It's cutting itself in half and stacking itself on top of itself. And then the purple one just goes on normally, but it has now a blue half circle as well connected to it that I just put right there. Took the blue over from there. I got some cyan being made here, and then that goes right on before that gets on there, and then that is, yeah, pretty much just the updated shape there. Alright, cool. And then, of course, Doomsday, yeah, I just added blue to this guy, and then I grabbed another circle and added green to it. Wow, that was so difficult. Gotta be the easiest insane task we've done so far. Melding, though, this one was crazy, because basically, I kind of had to split up everything again, so like, over here, instead of stacking these 2 on top of each other, I had to just have them separate, and also this is no longer stacking on top of itself. And then over here on this guy, I was able to stack 3 of these together, because the, where is it? This section here, the blue spike, white half circle, blue half square, were all over here. So this only needed, you know, this, and then the white spike, because the white spike, I don't think, yeah, the white spike was on the 4th layer, so it couldn't connect to any of them. Which was a bit unfortunate, but oh well. But then that all comes over here, and this is kind of a mess. So yeah, I separated these. This got turned a little bit. This one ended up needing to be separated. And you might be wondering what these 2 long lines are. Well, apparently, because this square goes through 2 stackers, that is 2 2x1 platforms. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to place down 2 other ones, have the lines go straight across, and see if that helps anything, and that was actually the perfect amount to have it always producing. So that was cool. Just happened to work out. It was nice. The white spikes are coming over, stacking with all that. This is all, you can kind of see it all getting stacked together. And over here, this gets stacked with kind of like, yeah, this side over here. Or it wasn't the worst thing in the world, it was just separating everything and stacking them all completely differently. And then for the Beyond one, it also wasn't bad. You just kind of had to double up the things, make the, the two shapes that are going to be stacked on top of each other over at the circles do pretty much the exact same thing. And then the yellow shape just keeps getting stacked on top. Honestly, the final versions of all those shapes, not that bad. The melding one was definitely the hardest one out of all of these stages, just because it was these two, like, you need to break them apart and put them back together again. Order of the Triad was definitely the weirdest one out of this list, because these three final ones here were all just like, well, guess I'm making these in a bunch of different places, so I don't know what they were trying to go for there. But it looks like next up we have Dress Up the Alien, Remote Observation, Entanglement Darter, Gravely Visions, or Gravely Visions, Seasoned Driving, Dimensional Whirler, and From Nothing to Rocket. Oh boy, 7 of them. But also, to be fair, the next milestone is crystals, which I remember taking so long for hard scenario. Both hard scenario and the normal scenario. And oh, these tasks already look painful. So yeah, these 4 tasks are going to be their own episode. The next episode is going to be the crystal milestone and the pin task, and then we'll have the one extra episode again, just like we did in hard mode. But yeah, this looks fun. Okay, that's actually really easy because you just leave the space there. This one's actually also pretty simple. Yeah, because you make the first 2 layers, then send it through a cyan crystallizer, and then put the slopes on top, and then put it through a magenta crystallizer. Okay. What am I looking at? I hate everything. Never mind. I hate this game. You know what? Pack it up. Go home. I don't want to play anymore. This one's fine. This one's fine. I hate well, actually, this one's... Ooh, this one's actually really interesting. How do you keep the gaps there? Well, I guess I'll have to figure that out next time, which is what I'm gonna see again. Also, I probably have, yeah, a lot of operator level claim, because I was just kind of waiting for the task to complete. Alright, top 4.8% worldwide. Let's go. Well, alright guys. Well, I guess I'll see you next time then. Bye.